Moving on to the fourth round of the 125 and 250 National Championship, a large crowd was on hand, filling the hillsides and infield at High Point Raceway. The crowd enjoyed 80-degree temperatures and sunny skies as Jeff Stanton pulls a great hole shot with Jeff Ward swinging around the outside and barely tucking in front of Ron Lachine. Mike Fisher moves in side of national champion Rick Johnson as they head down the rough downhill. Jeff Stanton has put in some fantastic rides this year. This is Jeff's first year on the pro circuit. Stanton barely holds off Jeff Ward in this turn, but in the next few turns in the woods section, both Ward and Lachine get by. Ward likes it here at Mount Morris. In fact, last year he broke Rick Johnson's winning streak of 6 moto straight. After Lachine's first moto win at Southwick, Ron seems to have restored his confidence of his 125 national win in 1985. Lachine reels in Ward while Rick Johnson tries to move in on Jeff Stanton. Lachine tries to pass Ward on the Camelback, but Ward just blasted by in the next corner. Both riders go side by side up to the triple. Ward makes a triple, but Lachine holds back to do the double. While the Kawasaki teammates are having their own war, Rick Johnson moves by Stanton for third, hoping to be able to catch up with the green machines. Mike Fisher is putting on a great ride in fifth, while Keith Bowen and Johnny O'Mara are running sixth and seventh. Meantime, Ward's out front, pulling away just a bit from the supernaturally talented Ron Lachine. Rick Johnson manhandles his Honda over these triples, while Ward repeats last year's first moto performance. Rick Johnson powers through this berm to drive down this double, while Ward continues out front, trying to make time on his teammate Lachine. After winning the first 3 rounds of the 250 championship, Johnson enjoys a 38-point lead over second place Jeff Ward. Jeff Stanton continues a great ride in fourth place, but he may soon have to contend with Suzuki's Johnny O'Mara, who keeps moving toward the front of the pack. Ward now gets into some lappers as Rick Johnson continues in third. Johnson's given the halfway sign by the flagger, while Ward moves through these doubles and on over the tabletop. This section is really exciting. Many of the spectators saw some really good passing through this area. Here comes Ward over the first set of doubles. Machine starts moving in on Ward as they carefully move through this pack of lappers. Johnson continues his race in third, while Johnny O'Mara tries to catch up. Here's a shot of Bob Hanna riding in 12th place. Bob's not too crazy about these double and triple jumps and is a lot happier in sandy soil. Lachine continues to hold on to Ward's rear fender while Johnson rides a lonesome third place. Johnny O'Mara makes this bend tight so he can move to the inside and miss most of the bumps on this downhill. Lachine tries to move by Ward here in the bottom of this hill, but Ward slams the door as they power up this uphill. At age 25, Jeff Ward is a master at motocross. He started 20 years ago at age 6. He raced 10 years as an amateur, and in 1977 turned pro, just barely old enough to hold a AMA professional license. After 10 successful years as a pro rider, Ward says he plans to continue racing well into the third decade. Lachine finds a spot to move by Ward as the Kawasaki duo put on a fantastic race. Rick Johnson continues in third, running smoothly over the Supercross section. And here's Johnny O'Mara in slow motion. Notice how he lifts up on the bike so he can land smoothly over these double jumps. Lachine makes a few minor mistakes, and Ward slips back into the lead. Lachine seems to be tiring just a bit, so Ward takes advantage and tries to pull away. Jeff gives this advice: when late race challenges from the competition are at hand, keep your race pace, your proven lines, don't do anything risky. Yeah, you might be tired, but the chances are so is the guy that's trying to challenge you. You only have a couple laps to go, so you're going to be just as tired whether you race your race speed or slow down. So my advice is keep your speed up. O'Mara seems to be catching up a bit with Johnson. With Hanna's help, O'Mara Suzuki seems to be working very well. As the moto winds down for the final laps, Jeff Ward continues up front. Lachine back a bit from Ward as he powers up these triples. Here comes Johnson in slow motion over this double jump. Notice how he gets over the rear of the bike as he hits this berm. Accelerates wide open to clear this triple jump. And here's Johnny O. Notice how his elbows are always up. He's got one finger on the clutch just in case he needs it. Wheelies out of this berm and nails the throttle for a picture-perfect landing on this triple. And Ward takes the win with the Sheen about 5 seconds back, putting in a great ride here at Mount Morris. If Rick seems a bit off pace today, it's probably because of the broken fingers he sustained a few weeks earlier in Supercross racing. No doubt about it, Rick Johnson is thinking about how he can beat the Kawasaki team in the next moto. O'Mara rounds the final turn in fourth. Good ride, Johnny. Moving on to the first moto of the 125 class. Last week, Mickey Diamond dominated both motos in the Southwick Sand. Can he continue his winning streak at Mount Morris? Going up the start hill, it looks like Diamond gets the whole shot, but he goes wide. And factory Cagiva pilot Mike Healy motors into the lead. Eddie Warren heads through the turn in second, while Bader Manna and George Holland slip around Diamond to make the top five. As the leaders complete their first lap of the moto, Healy still leads with Manna, Warren, and Diamond in tow. Healy pulls away a bit from Manna and Eddie Warren. Diamond tries to pass Warren here on this tabletop and successfully does so. Healy got off the track and got caught in some banners, giving Manna the lead position. Little does Manna know that he was docked a lap for jumping the gate off the start. So actually he's not going to be in contention here. Diamond begins to close the gap on Manna while Rick Ryan holds down the third place position. Manna continues to hold off Diamond as they head up this triple. Diamond tries to go wide on this front straight, but Manna cuts him off and almost crashes in the process. Considering Manna's dealing with the current national champion, he's really putting on a great show. Diamond finally makes his pass stick on lap 5, leaving Mana to fight over second with Ryan. Diamond continues to ride smoothly and effortlessly as he heads around this berm and toward the triple jump. Powers his factory Honda to the limits, going as high as he can, lifting the bike, coming up short by just a few feet. These 125s just don't seem to have the power needed to make that triple. Ryan seems to be pretty happy with second, while Larry Brooks is running third, and Guy Cooper goes for the triple and makes it. Diamond seems to be pretty happy with just doubling this jump, while Guy Cooper seems to have this jump down. He just passed Larry Brooks in the process. The leaders are starting to have to deal with lappers, and looks like Cooper is just a few feet behind Brooks, while George Holland and Eric Kehoe having their own battle. Cooper gets by Brooks finally and sets after Ryan. No figures for spectator attendance were given, but it was definitely large. When the white flag came out, Diamond had an 11-second lead. He cruised through the last lap as the undisputed victor. Ryan came home second with a fast-closing duo of Cooper and Brooks in third and fourth. Holland, Kehoe, Fred Andrews, Warren, Donnie Smith, and Healy rounded out the top 10. The heat was definitely on Rick Johnson. Jeff Ward and Ron Lechien put on a hot battle in the first moto. And then there was Johnny O'Mara, who took fourth after an impressive come-from-behind ride. It was shaping up to be an exciting second moto.
We're looking forward to it, a very successful school, Tony DeStefano.
As the pack crested the hill, it was Johnny O'Mara driving in deep, taking the whole shot. Tom Carson went wide but still hung on for second. Jeff Stanton holds on to third but manages to squeeze by Carson before this double. O'Mara starts to pull away a bit, just like the second moto of the Southwick event. Rick Johnson had gone down in the first turn and was working up from the rear of the field. First moto winner Jeff Ward was running about fifth, while Lechien was trying to work on Stanton for second. Meantime, O'Mara makes a lot of time on the competition as the crowd cheered him on. Lechien moves by Stanton and looks very serious about catching O'Mara. Here's a quick close-up of O'Mara's factory Suzuki. Ward is running at top speed, desperately trying to catch the leaders. In the meantime, O'Mara makes quick work of the stadium jumps, but Lechien whittles away at Johnny's lead. Already, Ward catches up with Stanton in an attempt to catch O'Mara and Lechien. O'Mara is without a doubt the fittest rider in motocross today. He competes regularly in 10K runs, marathons, and triathlons. For a while, I was getting really carried away, says O'Mara, who placed second in his first event. I was getting obsessed and was even thinking of hiring a swimming coach. Then I put it all back together and into perspective. I'll use triathlons to better my motocross racing. Then I'll probably be a professional triathlete when my motocross career is over. O'Mara rides flawlessly as he continues to hold off Lachine's charge. Ward continues in third, but he drops off the pace a bit from O'Mara and Lachine. Johnny makes a spectacular triple off this jump. Ward is the only other rider that's able to complete the same obstacle. While the spectators enjoyed some incredible riding by O'Mara and Lachine, both Bob Hanna and Rick Johnson were putting in some impressive come-from-behind rides. Here comes Johnny going wide on this turn so he can get that extra speed for this triple. Only he and Ward were attempting this. He accelerates hard, pulls back on the handlebars to the max. Looks like he's going to flip it over, but he takes it right in stride. Lachine found his way past O'Mara as they exited the first of the wooded sections of the track, but O'Mara didn't give up. He shadowed Lachine's every move. Lachine tries to move in on that sweeper. The two riders almost collide as they head up the start straight. Lachine and O'Mara literally ran away with this race, finishing a minute ahead of third place Jeff Ward. Jeff Stanton was putting on a fine ride in fourth, but little did he know that Johnson was rapidly closing in. On the final lap, Johnson moved in on Stanton for fourth place. And Bob Hanna put on a great ride himself, charging from back of the pack right up to sixth place.
High Point cheered you on as you went by Johnny O'Hara. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but you're one of the crowd favorites here at High Point. Fans and all the people with the JT Racing, Kawasaki Motor Corporation, my mechanic Mike McAndrews for doing a great job. Scott USA, Kaiichi, and Dunlop Tires. Keep going and keep going.
While the track crew makes preparations for the final 125 moto, the fans and riders wonder if anyone can stop Diamond's winning streak. Rick Ryan and Guy Cooper provided some great come-from-behind rides in the first moto. A good start could make the difference. Diamond didn't have to come from behind in Moto 2. He got the whole shot in front of Suzuki's Donnie Schmidt, George Holland, and Eric Kehoe. In the corner of your eye, you may have seen Guy Cooper crashing while challenging the Suzuki trio. Guy was not hurt, but he got going again in last place. Diamond wasted little time putting distance between himself and Schmidt. George Holland ran a bit back in third, with Eric Kehoe and Larry Brooks rounding out the top five. Diamond was looking very impressive at Mount Morris. He said, "The bike's running so well, I don't have to push too hard, and I think that my riding's right in there now. Now, I'm not even getting tired during the race." Meantime, Brooks and Kehoe managed to get around Holland and set after Schmidt. Diamond has a little trouble here with this lapper, but continues to hold a very comfortable lead. Donnie Schmidt hangs in there for second. Schmidt comes from Michigan and is first year on the pro circuit. Kehoe continues his charge and closes the gap on Schmidt. George Holland and Larry Brooks and Jeff Leask, all still very close. Any of these riders here could do some battle and come up with second place. Diamond continues his stronghold on the competition, pulling away every lap. While Diamond enjoys a comfortable lead, Guy Cooper, who put on an impressive ride in Moto 1, continues to move up through the pack after his crash in turn 2. While Diamond cruises around in first, Kehoe starts cutting some really fast lap times and catches up with his teammate Schmidt. On lap 10, the Suzuki team riders go into the back section and start down the front straight. As they reach the tabletop, Kehoe carried the speed that he needed and launched past Schmidt. After Kehoe got by, Holland and Brooks eventually got past the Suzuki factory pilot. Memorial Weekend at High Point is one of the most popular events in U.S. motocross. Promoter Dave Coombs and his co-workers put on a full weekend of racing for both amateurs and pros. Several hundred amateurs come to race on Saturday, then put their bikes away and watch the pros on Sunday, and then go back and try to imitate their heroes on Monday. Notice how Diamond uses his body to make a pogo effect through these jumps. Looks very effective. Kehoe uses the same method to come up with some fast lap times. As the riders head around for their final lap, of the 125 Moto here. Diamond enjoys a 15-second lead over Eric Kehoe. George Holland finishes out in third place. While Larry Brooks holds off Donnie Schmidt, who put on an excellent ride earlier in the Moto, especially considering this being his first year as a pro rider. Diamond cruises around for his final two turns, still looking smooth and fluid. Good ride, Mickey.